Yeah, over 110 episodes now. And there are still topics I haven't even touched. I haven't even talked about the Ben Sora or Mora, sort of the rebellious son, that's in the Torah, as well as, some things that we don't necessarily think about drinking, but Nazir is an interesting topic to discuss, as well as Sota even. So there's a lot of these topics that are not abstruse, that they're even found in the Torah that have not, I haven't even touched yet. So there's still plenty, in addition to the historic, some archaeological episodes, Kabbalistic episodes, Jewish practice episodes. I will say, when I first announced that I started talking to people fall of 2019, I'm doing this, I got questions like, how much is there even to talk about, even from rabbis? How much is there even to discuss? Like, almost like it was like a Hall of Fame of Jewish sports legends. How many Jews in sports are there, right? How much is there to talk about in drinking in Jewish life? But it turns out there's actually a lot. I mean, for me to publish over 100 episodes and feel like I've barely scratched the surface, there's still clearly a lot of content out there. And I haven't really fully thought this through, and there's probably a lot of holes in this, but my hypothesis is that drinking sort of runs through a lot of Jewish thought, text, life. I think a lot of Jewish practices that, and especially in a lot of ways that people don't even necessarily think about. For instance, so one episode I did was wine in the Mishnah. So this early 3rd, late 2nd century text, the Mishnah, the very first Mishnah involves drinking. And when I point this out to people, they're shocked. Like, what do you mean? And I say, it's right there. That Rabban Gamliel's sons come home after a night of drinking after midnight. Like, who comes home before midnight after a night of drinking? So they come home, or really the opposite. Who comes home after midnight not drinking? So they come home, they stumble in, and they said, oh, we didn't say the Shema. And he says, oh, that's fine. You still have time, right? But where do they come from? They came from a drinking house, a Beit Mishteh. And
didn't even think about it. Yeah.
Exactly. Most people read that. It's the very first Mishnah, and drinking is right there. It's in our lives, and it's in classical Jewish texts. And we have some, of course, very famous Jewish drinking stories right there in Genesis. Of course, I mentioned Noach in chapter 9. We have Lot and his daughters in 19. But some of the things are just there and escaped under our noses without comment. So it's a lot of this. A lot of this is just part of Jewish life, Jewish history, Jewish practice, and even Kiddush and Havdalah, the way we open and close Shabbat or holidays. It's there, and we don't necessarily think about it, but it's there.